Every summer since 1949, the Vernon Military Camp comes to life. Once again, the famous training center will be home to over 1,000 cadets from across Western Canada.
Well, this is the 62nd year that we're going to be having cadets arrive here from Western Canada, right from the Thunder Bay west, and also including the Northwestern Territories that are associated with here. So the cadets from over hundreds of cadet corps, and they have had some experience here as first year, 2-week cadets, 3-week cadets, or 6-week cadets, depending on the course that they're enrolled in. We also hire some junior instructors to come along, and they're called staff cadets, and they're employed as junior supervisors of the cadets and offer leadership at a very personal one-on-one level. Of course, there's also the CIC membership, which is the officer cadre that is responsible for providing the leadership and the delivery of the program in the Canadian Cadet movement. This year, we are back to something that hasn't been here for many years, and that is the fact we have regular force support NCOs, and these are specialized trainers who will be used in some of the specialized training that's offered here. We have a great adventure program this year. It's brand new, and it involves at one point an 18-day expedition through the Okanagan and Shuswap areas of the province. And to do that, we've brought in some of the specialists from the regular force who do these kind of activities on a full-time basis. And so I think it's going to be a nice move to go back to the quality of those instructors who are available to us and actually incorporate the regular force who have for many years been supporters of us, but now are able to give us a large degree of support. This weekend, the first weekend, will be about 650 cadets arriving, but as the courses are shorter or longer in duration, they rotate through. So during the course of a summer, we'll have about 1,200 cadets go through the course, but the courses, and right now we're looking forward to have arrivals of the 2-, 3-, and 6-week cadets all this weekend to start. And probably an interesting fact that may put it in perspective. Across Canada on this weekend, all the cadet training centers start, and more cadets will move to training centers than the entire Canadian contingent on D-Day. 22,000 cadets are going to be moving across Canada. It's a big deal. And it's a very exciting opportunity for these young people to come and experience things like the Okanagan, or in other areas of the countries like Quebec and the Atlantic provinces or Central region and Borden. It's all really a great opportunity for cadets to experience new parts of the country, meet new people, and be involved with the new challenges that the new cadet training program is offering them.
I joined back in 2002, and I was a cadet here and also at my home corps until 2008.
I really enjoyed my time here in Vernon. I've been here for, this will be my 5th summer here in Vernon. It was great for me.
I've been in cadets for 7 years now. I started in 2004, so it's been a long trip actually.
Well, it's been a long time since I arrived here. I actually came to this training center by train. That's how they used to move cadets back in the day when I was a cadet. But nowadays they hop them in airplanes and fly them across. Sometimes it's the first time a cadet has ever been in an airplane. They arrive here. The climate in the Okanagan is generally different than where they're from, because in the prairies we have heat, but we don't have like the intense heat that is here. And it's, I remember, I think it was last year or the year before, the first 3 weeks of summer, every day was about 30 degrees. And for coming from Saskatchewan like I did last week, when I arrived, it was 20 degrees was the high. And I think the highest day we had all summer was one day we had of 25. So for me, as for the young cadets who come here, it's a change in climate, it's a change in social structure. They get to stay in barracks with other cadets their age. Some kids have never stayed away from home overnight, let alone be put in with 30 other young people, and they learn social skills of living together. And that's a very important part of what cadets teaches people, is how to function in new situations, but also how to function in a different kind of family relationship, where your family becomes 30 brothers and sisters with 5 or 6 parents. So it's an interesting way of looking at it.
Well, I came this summer for a challenge, and also to be able to work with the cadets that we have here. every year, you know, it's something different depending on what sort of position you're in. This year I'm in drill and ceremonial instructor. So I get to work with cadets who are learning drill and ceremonial type stuff in a leadership capacity. So most of these are going to be third-year cadets. And I basically am here to be able to better develop those people in my course, in my platoon, and to be able to make an impact on their lives, I guess. So.
What's it like for that cadet the first year, the first time he comes here? What's going through his or her mind?
I think a little bit of excitement and a little bit of anxiety, maybe because they don't know what to expect. And you see it on their faces. They're really excited to see everyone and to see a new place like this. At the same time, they don't know really what their day is going to be like, what their summer is going to be like. So it's sort of an adventure that they're just waiting to find out and be able to go on it, I guess.
Well, it's often kind of frightening because there's so many people here. You know, there's people who've, you know, there's their first summer and there's 200 of you and nobody knows what to do. It can create a little bit of chaos, but once you form those bonds with people and you make friends, it's really quite great. I enjoyed it a lot.
Well, again, it's different for each individual. Some people will gain 3 or 4 inches in height. Some will gain 5 to 10 pounds in weight. They'll get a different perspective on values. And they get that from their peers. Okay? They're going to be talking to the other young people from across Western Canada and find out about what it's like to live where they live. And also they've established friendships that last them for their life. So at the end of the summer, they are a more confident, they're a more respectful, and they're a more knowledgeable young Canadian. And that's something that the program is always wanting to do. They want to develop good citizenship. We want to develop leadership in these young people, and we want to maintain a good level of physical fitness and increase that if we can. And of course, the third component of the cadet program is that to stimulate an interest in the Canadian Forces, and that is just to have them understand better how the Canadian Forces work and its role in our society in Canada, but also in the world, because we have a very large and respected presence on the worldwide stage.
This will be my 8th summer here in Vernon. So I took courses here. I took, the basic, wording it wrong here, but the courses, the 3 courses that I took. I came back and I was a staff cadet from 06 to 08, and now I'm back in an officer capacity.
Well, I'm hoping to have a great summer, enjoy teaching these cadets how to be the leaders of tomorrow, how to take my place in these camps, and how to become their seniors at their home corps. I'm really looking forward to how the end result is going to be. Like, you see those cadets on their final parade and they look 10 times better than they were when they got here.
Makes you feel good?
Makes me feel awesome.
We have the GT courses to get the cadets an opportunity to experience the different aspects of what a cadet can be. They'll go out an overnight exercise. They'll learn some drill. They'll go swimming, recreation activities. They learn a basic exposure to the air rifle that they may not have at their own cadet corps. As they grow along, they make some choices here. I'd like to be a musician. Well, the Army Cadet program has a wonderful military band and also pipes and drums that cadets will be involved with. There's physical education, which they can go into and become an organizer and a supervisor of these programs. They can also become shooters, either actually competitive shooting, or they can learn to become a coach and help people to become better in their own skills. The expedition courses involve mountain biking, they involve canoeing, they involve hiking, and those all take place for the kids here at this the cadets here at this basic training center. So there's lots of activities that people can be involved with to be more successful in their lives and at home. It's an opportunity for them to gain confidence and skills that will just make them more rounded citizens. Well, the Vernon military camp has been here for over 100 years. The site has literally been the location for all the training that has taken place in this region for the last 100 years. Not just cadet training, but the regular force and the reserves have always had the opportunity to train here. Oftentimes, back in the 1940s, there were more soldiers in Vernon than there were population of citizens, of civilians. And that cooperation and mutual support and respect has developed and maintains itself even to this day. Most recently, Mayor Lippert was able to address the staff of the training center, and he commented on how we are so lucky to be able to come here, and Vernon is so lucky to have such a wonderful place located here. It's a place that began, as I said, before the turn of the century. But in the 1940s, it was new buildings were created here. The camp structure itself was solidified here, and then it was turned over to the cadets in 1949. And since that date, it has evolved into a summer training place, and also a place where housing of summer activities can take place. And so it's really, it's an ideal location. It's in terms of what it offers to the, just by living in this place, but also it's an ideal location because of the terrain around here that allows us to go out into the woods and go out into the lakes and rivers and make utilization of those to enhance the cadets' experience by giving them places where they can go and train.
I really enjoy helping people find their way through the system and that sort of thing. That's why I keep coming back every year.
Highlights have definitely been being the RSM of my home unit in Calgary. I've been RSM for a full year now, and it's been great. Also, I've done the Canadian Forces Basic Parachutist course last summer in Trenton, Ontario. One of the most unbelievable courses that you can ever take. Absolutely amazing reward and everything you work towards it for. It's great.
We have a wonderful staff to work with. They're very focused and energized, lots of enthusiasm, and I know that the cadets, when they arrive here, are going to be exposed to a really great summer of enjoyment, of growth, and of learning more about themselves so that they can become better citizens and they can become even more involved in the development of our country.
That they've learned a lot and they're going to be able to take that back to their home corps. But I think the biggest thing is that they just had an experience that is totally unique to them. Not a lot of people get to have. And I think that for them, it's going to be, I really learned a lot. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of people, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them are going to come back to be able to do that again.
They're going to learn a whole bunch of new marksmanship skills, and we have a whole bunch of really cool coaches from places like Connaught who've been to Bisley and who've been to places like Connaught, and they're going to help out a great deal with learning how to coach and that sort of thing.
You'll find that cadets are a unique part of society because these are not students or young people who sit around in front of their computers all day long, although they certainly have those skills, but they want to get out and they want to do things. They want to be challenged in a way that is different. So about 4% of Canada's population actually avails itself of the cadet program. It's a wonderful way to be involved because there is no cost to be involved. All the training, the equipment, the supplies is provided for them. And what they have to do is make a commitment on their behalf to actually say, I am willing to do these things that you're going to offer me. And in exchange for that, I'm going to maintain myself in a proper demeanor. I'm going to present myself in with shoes on and haircut, and my uniform, my clothing I'm going to take forward, take pride in. And as they leave here, they go back to society and they have these skills, and they say, the society says, oh, that's pretty nice that you see a young person say yes sir, no ma'am, or shows up and they're looking very nice and tidy. And it's a good thing. It's hard to argue against the values and the qualities that are gained by being a cadet because it's so integral in what being a good Canadian and a good citizen should have in their personality.
With more than 60 years of summer training at Vernon's military camp, the cadet program is a uniquely Canadian success story. Francois Arsenault, HDindieNews, Vernon, BC.